Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you catch this video. Hadn't posted anything for a few months now and just wanted to share something briefly. Not gonna talk long here, but just wanted to talk about, I guess address a little bit of what's going on in society right now. And one thing we're witnessing right before our eyes is the only thing that's constant is change. And we must figure out how to adapt to changing times. Many people have lost jobs. I think the unemployment numbers are higher than they've ever been in this country, even higher than when we had the Great Depression back in the early 20th century. Many people are standing in lines for food banks and things like that. Many people are sitting around waiting on another round of stimulus money from the government. And times are different right now. And the thing we need to realize is we're never going back to the way it was. And I read an article not too long ago, and it was talking about the wealth that has been created with online retailers since all of this started. And many people I shared that with talked about the ills of the system. And the reason I talked about it is because I was talking about and trying to make a point of how to position yourself to capture some of the money that's going to be made through online commerce. And what we're going to have to do right now, many of us, we're going to have to reinvent ourselves. And for years, I thought people rejected changing environments, changing mentalities and things like that because they were afraid of the unknown. But what I've come to realize, it's not the unknown that people are afraid of. The fear comes because we fear leaving the known, because the known is comfortable. And we've been guarded our entire lives from taking any type of risk. We've been guarded from anything that's going to cause us pain. And so we would rather just play it safe. And I'm pretty sure many of you have seen where it said a ship is safe in the harbor, but that's not what it was built for. And so, based on what we're seeing right now, companies are not going to bring a lot of people back because a family member of mine drives for UPS. And one of the things he said was his workload has actually increased because of the business that's being done online. And he's had his route for years, and his route is so, I guess, hectic that he has one of the largest trucks and a trailer hooked up to it. And for him to say his workload has increased, that's saying a whole lot. So what are you doing to try to position yourself to take care of your family? Because like I said, a lot of jobs are never going to return. So what are you going to do to position yourself to provide for your family? What are you going to do to increase your bottom line? Because I'm going to be honest with you, it's not your job. It's not your boss's job or the government's job to take care of you and figure out what's going to be best for you and your family going forward. And so if you've been paying attention, as I said, I think they said Jeff Bezos, when it's all started, I think they said his net worth, his wealth increased by $24 billion. What is Etsy's online presence done? What has Walmart done in this time? And those are just a few of the companies I know off the top of my head where their business has substantially increased. And so they're going to start evaluating some things. I just saw JCPenney's getting ready to close some stores. And, even though they just gave executives $7.5 million bonuses. And I mean, we can sit there and cry about that. But what are we going to do to improve our bottom line? There are some other companies I saw. I think Steak and Shake is going to close down a few stores. And, there are a few others out there. I just can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but I've been seeing them recently. But this actual trend has been a long time coming anyway. We just wanted to overlook it because it wasn't affecting us personally. And until thing affects us personally, we have a tendency to overlook it. And I was going through some notes of mine that I had written down years ago, and it said a recession is when your neighbor loses his job, and a depression is when you lose yours. And so we're going to have to learn how to position ourselves to take advantage of this new economy. And like I said, it's really not new. It's been around, but we've been ignoring it. But we're going into a period when the Industrial Revolution came and changed society over 100 years ago. Information technology society now is what's going to take over. And we can either get on board with it, or we can be left behind struggling and wondering where our next meal is going to come from. And that's not a way to live. And this supposed new economy is not, like I said, not new. It's just been magnified. It's just put in front of you right now. And so it is in the midst of crisis that we find out who we are. We find out what we're made of. In some cultures, the word crisis actually means opportunity. And it is during these times that some people will see the wave of the tsunami coming, and they're going to get their surfboard in order to ride it as long as they can. But the unfortunate thing is a lot of people are going to see the tsunami coming. And I mean, when I say ride the surfboard, I know nobody's really going to literally go out there and get on a tsunami wave. But you can position yourself at 5,000 feet so you don't get drowned by the tsunami. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of people in society are going to do. I mean, if a tsunami is coming and you're on the beach, you're already too late because you're not going to outrun that water. But if the tsunami is coming and you're sitting at 5,000 feet elevation, you're not as worried about the tsunami as the people on the beach are. So the key is, what are you going to do? Depending on your age, we might go through another cycle. I mean, we're just talking about, we're in 2020, and in 2008 we had a recession, so that was only 12 years ago. Some of you may not have been old enough to start having a job at that point. And if you're one of those people, just look at it this way. Maybe another 12 to 15 years, another economic downturn comes. And so, do you want to position yourself and put your life and the life of your family into hands of other people financially for the rest of your life? Or do you want to position yourself so if the wave hits, you ready to ride it out? And I mean, you smiling, you enjoying yourself because you prepared. And we need to prepare. If anything I said makes sense, let's have a conversation. You and I, one-on-one. Zoom, free conference call, cell phone, email. Let's have a conversation. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, it doesn't matter. But let me know if you want to have a conversation.